to buy their families out of slavery or put their family in a family slavery, right, protected by themselves. That is one of the strategies. And you have Lerone Bennett, one of Lerone Bennett's books talks about slavery, African slavery in America. Right.
When was the Emancipation Proclamation?
Right.
That's 1865. This is 1654.
I understand, but during
1654.
I'm saying in slavery.
Years before.
But I'm saying
emancipation.
Let
me build. All right. So we're talking about who we were before the Europeans. We dealing with all this. We dealing with all these concepts, right? I want to let you know that my family is on record as being one of the 3 oldest families in the land that you call New Jersey. Our tribal name for it is called Lenape-Hopkin. All right. Our exact tribal name for my territory I come from is called Shiekpi. Alright, now I'm going to read you something. Now this is all information gathered about my family. You see this somewhere, they deal with their own shit. This is my shit, this is my family shit. Alright? Because you know, people talk real reckless about things they don't know nothing they're talking about. Now what did Moors do? Now I can show you passenger lists of my patriarchal ancestors, the Peter Rock, coming to the Americas from England in the 1600s, early 1600s, as a passenger, not no slave. I got the shit in here. I got manumission slips in here. Now, you say something about Moors not doing nothing for our people. I'm gonna read something to you. Peter's Farm was once a station for the Underground Railroad, where runaway slaves hid in his cornfields by day and were moved by night to the Christ Church and the Quaker Church on Broad Street and Sycamore Avenue in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. From these churches, they were eventually spirited to freedom, some as far away as Canada. Hold up.
One page.
Not enough.
Show me on that one page that you read the word Moors.
Hold up.
On that one page that you
We
read.
are Moors. Hold up. Hold up. No.
But show me on that page.
Hold up.
Show me on that page.
Hold up. Yo, can I have a question? Who is Peter? No, hold up. No, y'all bugging.
We gotta relax.
Hold up. Nah, hold up. Niggas is bugging now. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all something, all right? When the Europeans sailed up a river that they now call the Delaware River, right? Our people called it the Lenape River, right? Because when you look at a nation of people, nations, the land, the people, and a body of water is usually named after the same people, all right? So when these Europeans who were French, they sailed up the Delaware River that we call the Lenape River, and they seen us on the shores, right? I'm from a town called Red Bank. It's called Red Bank because the shore is red, the mud is red, right? Same shit you see in Kemet, right? So when these French people are sailing up the Lenape River, you know what they said when they seen the people on the sides of the sea? They said, De La Mort! De La Mort! That land is now called Delaware. They called my people the Delaware. Now he's asking for proof. Here it is right here. Anybody can Google the Delaware. We are the Lenni Lenape. We are descendants of the Keetoowah people. Right? Anybody can deal with this information. Now this clown gonna try and ask me where on this page does it say more? Because you a clown. Because you a clown. You a clown. You a clown. You a clown.
Hold on. I'm gonna do this.
I don't care. I don't care.
I ain't calling nobody names. If you can't deal with the information, because I'll shut this down. It's only one of me. You can continue to teach, right? But just because I disagree does not mean that you have to go and be unintellectual. Otherwise, black people can't get nothing done, or Moors can't get nothing done, right? Because you want to
see, this is the problem. This is the problem with that.
Whatever you want to disrespect on me. No.
See, this is the problem. You know, we refuse to acknowledge stuff that we don't really know, and another brother got information on that. This is why I say, you know, see, I studied all of that. Like I said, my people. This is your brother Blacklight, 75-year-old brother from Detroit, whose mother and uncle and grandmother knew Malcolm and his family, Temple number 1, Black Bottom. So in my family, you know, latter generations, we had members branch off from the Nation of Islam, especially during the time that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad died, 1975. Some of them went with Nuwapian, now known as Nuwapian. They were called the Ansars in the beginning. Some of them went with the Moors. Some of them went with Wharf Dean. Some of them stayed in the Nation. But myself, my mother, she took me out of the Nation at the age of 7. So that would have been sometime in the 50s, early 50s. But I was always in contact with my cousins, my people. I had one aunt, she was in the Nation in St. Louis. She started the temple there. So this is the problem. When you have different history coming to you at different times. See, yeah, we Moors, we Indians, we all that. But the thing is, the European came and dominated everything, took your real history. That's why you got to do all this researching today. Sack your libraries, store your artifacts, you know. So they dominated you, brothers. So now's the time to get back. You know, now that you got the history, you know who you really are. You know, instead of arguing among each other, take it back. That's why Master Farad said this.
The Supreme Wisdom Lessons by Master Farad Muhammad to his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the Lost Foundation of Islam in North America. To the Muslims of Number 1 Michigan, the following is the original rules of instruction to the laborers of Islam and the title of Muslim given by our Savior before his departure, with a footnote of a few words of explanation to lay pressure upon their minds of their many errors in the past and present, that they may see the light and walk therein. I thank you, Elijah Muhammad. Instructions given to the laborers by our Savior, W.D. Farad Muhammad. 1. The student must study his assignment, lesson number 1. Each student should copy the answers of lesson of Minister Elijah Muhammad and study until the student is able to memorize by heart all answers to of said lesson number 1. Note: here, lesson number 1 is said to be the student's assignment first. Lesson number 1 lays the base of our work today and gives the student a clear knowledge of himself and his heavenly home, the best part of the earth, and who was the enemy to him and his nation, and why the enemy and righteous could not live together, and why was the righteous able to cast out his enemy. This teaches the student what he must do with the enemy of the righteous today. The righteous nation is now living in every part of the planet Earth. Therefore, the enemy must now be removed in every part of the planet Earth.
See, the flag of the universe. This is telling you that our DNA goes all the way back to the Creator. This is telling us that the enemy is in every part of the planet Earth, trying to dominate Africa, South America, North America, the islands. He's everywhere trying to dominate and control everyone. He's also using artificial technology, intelligence. He's making robots simulating humans, beings. He's also taking your melanin, shooting it in his arm, and it's making him darker than you. So you're not going to know if he's a Caucasian or is he black man, but he's melanin. So now when you say melanin, all my melanin brothers and sisters, he might be included in that. Just like when he lives over in South Africa, dominates South Africa, apartheid, comes to America, then he's considered an African American. You know. So the messenger, knowing that we come in 16 flavors, from damn near white to darkest of black, so our bloodline is the original, going back to the ancient term of the planet Earth, Asia. See? So this is the problem with brothers like Sarnetta. Now, in 2021, you look at the conscious community, the Moors, all of them, we all jacked up because we separate. Not only are we banging on each other, we stop banging on the beast. Now I can dig it if we bang on each other, but bang on the beast too. But we ain't trying to take back none of what's ours. We just satisfied on the corner, arguing who's right and who's wrong, about ready to kill each other. You need to be debating the beast. Debate him, argue with him. Man, y'all can't see that though. That's why I believe Sarnetta's an agent, because I know he can see it. But he's a provocateur to start trouble, start debates. Now you see Uncle Sam letting these so-called brothers run rapid so they can divide and conquer us for him. They do his work. But only thing I can say is get hip to it. But take all your focus, put all your focus on the beast. We get to these brothers after we conquer the beast. This is Black Light.